What is even the point of the Ultimate Fighter? Because if you win the Ultimate Fighter, you get a contract. But also, if you lose your first fight on the Ultimate Fighter in 30 seconds by submission, you get a short notice UFC debut against Nasrat Haqparast. Like, how does this even make any sense? Out of all the lightweights they could have got on short notice to make their UFC debut, they chose Landon Quinones, who got subbed in 30 seconds by Jason Knight. They could have got, if they're going to get a fighter who literally lost their first fight on the Ultimate Fighter, why didn't they get Lee Hammond? Like, no offense to Landon Quinones, but this feels like a mismatch. I could be wrong though. Landon Quinones could go out there, he could go and defeat Nasrat Haqparast, but I don't know. This just feels like such weird matchmaking. I don't know. I don't know. TUF is just weird because you also have Michael Gilmore, who got signed a few years ago, didn't win a single fight on TUF. He was literally a replacement. He was an alternate who got signed straight to the UFC just because he quit his job. Because Dana respected that he quit his job to get on TUF. It's like, why is that the why is that? Why do you have to quit your job to get signed to the UFC when there's no merit? Like, he hasn't earned a shot in the UFC. Like, all respect to Michael Gilmore, but he didn't deserve an opportunity in the UFC just because he quit his job. Like, in the most nice way possible, I can say, like, that's his problem that he quit his job. But I guess it worked out for him because he got signed to the UFC, but then he went 0-2. So I don't know, the whole Ultimate Fighter is like just weird. But yeah, Landon Quinones is fighting Nasrat Haqparast in Sydney. I like that they're still adding fights to the Sydney card. That is something I do like. But obviously this fight isn't really going to change too much. Like, nobody's there's nobody who's going to be like, wow, I really need to watch this card now. Nasrat Haqparast is fighting Landon Quinones. Like, no disrespect to these guys, but it's like, when people were saying that they need to add fights to this card, they were meaning they need to add some like high profile fights, or add some like regional talent or something. I like, why is this fight in Australia? Why is Nasrat Haqparast and Landon Quinones having to fly all the way to Sydney in the first place? It just seems like a really random matchup, especially because Nasrat Haqparast was booked for the Paris card. Like, yeah, I don't know. This feels like really weird. Like, not only is this a weird matchup that the UFC have made, but like, it's a really weird location because neither of these guys have any relation to the Australia-New Zealand region. Like, you can't even, at least if this was like 2 seasons ago, you could say, well, maybe Landon Quinones was on Team Falk, but no, he was on Team McGregor. Like, he quite literally has no relation to the Australia region at all, so it's really weird. Like, maybe they wanted to push Nasrat back a week, so Landon Quinones had a little bit more of a camp, maybe, but yeah, this just feels really strange. But yeah, the Ultimate Fighter has no uh, credibility anymore because they're signing guys coming off 30-second losses. But I guess it did sort of lose credibility when they signed Michael Gilmore in the first place. But like, maybe Landon Quinones is going to be the next Andre Petroski. Petroski got subbed by Brian Battle on TUF, and they still signed him. And now he's on a 5-fight winning streak in the middleweight division. So, maybe Landon Quinones is going to prove me wrong here, and he's going to go on like a crazy run in the UFC and eventually get to the rankings. Like, that is a chance. Like, TUF doesn't define these guys by any means. So, maybe I'm just being like a Grinch here, and maybe Landon Quinones is actually going to become the GOAT. He's going to go on a crazy run, defeating all comers. You know, he's going to beat Nazareth. Then he's going to beat uh, who's he going to beat next? He's going to be the one to derail the Paddy Pimblett hype train. Then he's going to take out Matt Frivola maybe, and then he's going to pull off the upset of the ages against Arman Suzuki, and who knows, maybe that's what Landon Quinones is going to do. Or maybe Nasrat Hakparas is going to KO him, and then he's going to lose to like Terrence McKinney, and then he's going to get cut. Maybe that's also what's going to happen to Landon Quinones. But nothing is set in stone. Landon Quinones can definitely prove me wrong here, and he can show that he deserved to be signed to the UFC, and that maybe the Jason Knight loss was a fluke. You know, I'd like for him to prove me wrong here. I have no ill will towards Landon Quinones. I just think this is a really weird signing, but I guess it's a fresh name to the UFC. He hasn't fought anyone in the UFC really, except for Muhammad Naev, who beat Jamie Malarkey on short notice. But he's moving down to featherweight, so you know that loss doesn't really matter. So yeah, it's pretty much all fresh matchups here. So you know, it'd be cool for Landon Quinones to get this win here, but it really makes you think about the validity, the legitimacy, of the Ultimate Fighter, that this guy's getting signed on a 30-second loss. But like I say, Landon Quinones, go in there, prove me wrong, prove you're a good signing, and all respect to you. But yeah, just a weird signing in general, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Catch you all next time. Put on them notifications, because you can see I'm a workhorse on this stuff. I'm making so many videos. Like, I'm fucking gonna keep making as many videos. I love making these videos. So thank you. I appreciate all the viewers, all the support, and I'll catch you guys next time.